It is a Saturday, which means only one thing. It is race day. Of course, it had to be a pretty wet one. It's been 10 races so far. 8 of them have been similar to this. So yeah, it's going to be a slippery one. But today's UTMB Cat Ultra, which I did last year, which was really wet as well and was a true mud bath. 25k with 1,500 meters of gain. Yeah, big climb, big downhill, which should be a pretty slow downhill because it's all technical. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an adventure today. So stick around for a wet, muddy, slippery trail race. All right, quick warm up. Still raining. It's been raining the whole night. So I mean, I heard it last night. I knew it was going to be a wet one, and it's exactly the same as last year. I came second in the sprint finish, but I definitely lost a lot of time up the top because it was just so slippery on those technical sections. Might be something similar to today. It just all depends. Like, do you really push the first uphill? Because the first 12k is uphill, last 12k is downhill. So do you push it and then go slower on the downhill, or do you save the legs a bit for that downhill? Probably save the legs a bit for the downhill, because then it also becomes a bit dangerous. Like, those trails here, fairly technical. We go up to like 2,200 meters, so it's going to be cold as well. Probably climb smart and then be smart on the downhill as well. 35 minutes to the start.
tolle Zeit auch für Vlad.
Yeah, beautiful. I mean, it's technical on the top, it's wet, but it's actually better than last year. Last year was more slippery, this year was a bit less. It was pretty beautiful. And I actually came down to here, then had to go all the way around. So just been done last year, but yeah.
Congrats once again, guys. Good race. Congrats again.
22 minutes 32 seconds, the finisher time of Vlad Ixel.
Super, thank you.
Mit der Strecke als im Vorjahr. Im Vorjahr war es ja noch russiger. Es war eigentlich nie die Rede davon, dass er sich die Goldmedaille, sag ich mal so, hier holen könnte. Auf jeden Fall. Hier haben wir die Top 2.
Alright, all done with the race. Second place, a little bit slower than last year. I think this year I was a bit in like no man's land the whole race, where last year I was like around people the whole time, so we were kind of climbing together, and obviously I finished last year in a sprint finish, so I was pretty close to first place the whole race, where this year I couldn't really see first place. I was in second from the beginning. Third place I couldn't really see him as well, so it was a bit of a it was a bit of a weird race. Felt more like a training tempo effort than a race. Still obviously fairly happy with the results. I did go a little bit slower on the uphill this year compared to last year, but I went quicker on the downhill. I think this year I was just like a little bit more relaxed on the downhill. Probably had better shoes than last year as well. But yeah, it was definitely a fun event, except all the mud right at the top there. Got lost right at the end, which wasn't ideal, especially now that ITRA points are becoming like so important. So like getting lost like right in the end, losing like 2 minutes probably would have cost me like 10 ITRA points. And yeah, I guess this would have never been like a high scoring ITRA race anyway, because of all the mud and all that and the altitude, because big part of this race is in altitude. But yeah, still I think that ITRA points are becoming like super important, so it was a bit of a shame. But by the time that this video comes out, they would have announced the Asia Pacific Trail Champs, so I got selected for that through ITRA points. So that's what I mean, like they're becoming like really important. And then some races are naturally going to be low scoring races when there's bad weather, when there's obviously mud and rain. Naturally you're going to go a bit slower, especially on the trails. So yeah, that was bit of a shame there right at the end. But yeah, I don't think this would have been like a super high score. Anyway, my ITRA points have been dropping a little bit. I also feel like they've been scoring not as high, and few runners have been posting about same races, same times, same courses, getting less points this year than like the previous years. So yeah, not really sure what's happening there. My dad is racing the 8K today, so I'm gonna get them and do that and wait for the presentations as well. Presentations in Austria are always like really late because they make it like a bit more of a party. So the presentations will be like at 7 o'clock at night. Tonight, my dad, who is 70 years old, is doing the 8K race. He was still a good runner. Like he's actually really good. He ran the first 100K race in the Soviet Union in 1973, which is obviously insane. And now he's still running at the age of 70, and he's here now with us, helping us a bit with the expo, looking after Zoe a bit. But yeah, gonna take him to the race. So if you thought you haven't seen somebody as ugly as I am, wait till you see my dad. Wait till you see what I'm gonna look like in 30 years time. But yeah, a couple more hours and we'll go to that presentations. Давай, папа, молодец! Давай, папа! Okay, go Zoe, go!
Wir kommen zur Kategorie 35 bis 39 bei den Damen. Siegerin in dieser Kategorie aus Deutschland, Anja Menzer.
Kategorie 40 bis 44. Presenting Australia, Vlad Ixel.